if I had my mother and my father at the same house, I probably wouldn't be here. So I said, I forgive you because just maybe God removed you out of the house. If you've never met a person with blind faith, I'm right here. All right. No point of reference. See, I'm not the son of Barry Gordy.
Yeah.
Anita Baker is not my mother.
Right.
Gladys Knight. I was not raised in a house with executives and musicians and people. I wasn't raised by Will Smith.
Yeah.
I wasn't raised by Sidney Poitier. Denzel is not my fault. I wish he was. Because you're being raised in a house
Yes.
where it's not just the talent, it's the dialogue, it's the business, it's the understanding.
Yes.
It's all of the things that you would hope to say, well, if you're going to take this journey, you don't have to worry about being blindsided about what you're around the corner before you get there, because mommy and daddy already had a conversation with you about the traps, the things to avoid.
Right.
You know,
Right.
giving you the heads up, like,
Right.
you know. And so, blind faith. I cannot believe that's my resume. I cannot believe that I'm the first in my family to ever see or achieve or accomplish the things that God has had in mind for me. And the pressure that comes with being the only.
The pressure
It's scary.
The pressure is scary. The pressure is real. Let me, before I ask you, I want to follow down that trail. We recently hooked up in Charleston. Had a wedding. We've been knowing each other for years and years. We got together at the wedding. Had a pretty tough time.
I don't know.
Is it hard?
I've never heard it broken down in such a scientific way. Like, you just went boom, 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 and
You can't get rid of, my point is you can't totally dismiss your upbringing and your training, and there's a part of you that you learn how to survive in the world, in the streets, in the city, and there's a part of you that had to learn how to survive in California, in Los Angeles, in the Hollywood scene, and there's a part of you that had to learn how to do business, and all of them come home with you at night.
yes,
All of them.
Yes.
You didn't leave the guy on the bus. He's still there. And so a lot of people don't realize that. You get it? A lot of people don't realize it. So when you find yourself in a situation, it's which guy does the talking. Who's going to drive the car?
Yeah.
Is it going to be the guy from Philly? Is it going to be the guy from Hollywood? Is it going to be the writer? How do you manage that?
well, I think of myself as a black octopus. My arms is in 30 different places, and they're all working at the same time.
At the same time.
And so I'm the head and I'm the heart, and then my arms is just everywhere. And we're doing things and trying to achieve things that are all happening in real time. And each project and each situation is in various different levels. And you don't want to lose sight of any of them.
Right.
And then what a blessing it's been that the singer has helped audition and set up the success of the actor.
Right.
And then the actor and the singer has given birth to the entrepreneur.
Yes.
And then the coke kid is in the back of the bus.
Yeah.
And he's riding the wave.
Yeah.
I started this.
Yeah.
And I'm on the bus, and we got a lot of seats, and whatever version of Tyrese y'all end up seeing, we're all headed that way, and the bus is being driven by God.
My problem is all of my TV cases want to talk at the same time. And so it just depends on who asks me and what tone of voice you ask me in, which one you're going to get.
What environment.
Yeah, and what environment I'm in. And I have to manage those people. The Apostle Paul said, when I would do good, evil is present with me, that which I would not do. I do, O wretched man that I am, who shall deliver me from the body of this death, this sin, this human experience. And all of those people live with you. So you're in a mansion now, and you're eating something that you ate when you were back home, neck bones.
That's right.
Neck bones in a mansion.
That's right.
Okay. Chitlins on China.
Yeah.
The unique experience we have as a people of having climbed up and been colored. We've been Negroes. We've been black. We've been darkies. We've been everything, to the point that there's sometimes an identity crisis, not just through us corporately, but individually in finding yourself. And I wonder, did anybody else ever feel that way?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've had so many moments in my life where I know that I had to dig deep within me, because the things that I have in mind for me, you realize that other people don't have them in mind for you.
Right.
So when someone makes it clear, no, we don't have that in mind for you, and I have it in mind for myself, it won't go away, because this person or this room or this situation denies you of what you feel like belongs to you.
Yeah.
And so the appetite, the determination, is the self-talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
The self-motivation.
Yeah.
The speaking over yourself, the pouring over yourself, and the thing is, I want to say this. I've been really struggling with how to put words to this, because there's a chosen few that will hear a piece of this and decide it goes up their head. You know, selfish starts with the word self. And they've made selfish and being selfish negative. But most of us are giving, showing up to people mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, psychologically, and we're overextending ourselves. We're giving of ourselves, and we're depleted. We're tired. We're sick. We're wiped out. We got nothing left for ourselves. Unappreciated, and they don't care enough. They're good. I'm here to get what I'm here to get. And even if I write you completely out. And so I have allowed myself to be more selfish and focus on me and say, I'm not returning that text or that call because I don't have the time or the bandwidth to be on the receiving end of what you're about to do.
Yeah.
So, and then, especially when you know what the phone call is going to be about.
Right.
So now you got to say, I'm not going to give you emotional access to me.
Right.
Because you're going to change the energy of my day. So I'm going to make the selfish decision to say, if I want my day to be better, it's not going to include you.
Right. You will not want to miss as he shares his personal experience with grief and losing parents. You know, when you talked about somebody like Denzel was not your father, you didn't grow up in an environment where you had a model to fit where you ended up.
A blueprint. A model,
yeah, no
yes.
blueprint, anything like that. I think every man and probably every woman yearns to have in their parents some sort of shape, measurement, pattern, blueprint of what they're going to and what they're going to be. We look from that from our father.
Yes.
My father got sick when I was 10. He died when I was 16. I realized when I was 30 that as I wept for him, I was weeping for me. I recognized that I wasn't just weeping at the loss of him. I was weeping at the questions I didn't have answered, at the
Yes.
things that I didn't have resolved. You know, did you really love me? What did you really think of me? Did you never got to see me win? When you lost your father, it's part of the pain coming from inside your own house.
This is what's interesting. When my father passed away, rest in peace to that brother, to that man, I went to St. Louis to see him. Stage 4 pancreatic cancer. Life was riddled with alcoholism and crack cocaine, and just never quite got his hands around figuring it out. And 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 I said to him, I just want you to know I forgive you. And I wanted him to know why. I said, I forgive you for not being there to protect me, for not giving me the heads up of what's around the corner. I don't know that he would have been anybody that would have changed my life in business or
Right.
changed my life. You know, I don't know that my father was ever a Barry Gordy that could sit me down and say, son, don't sign that deal and here's why.
Yeah.
But I said to him, I forgive you. And then I realized that if my mother, rest in peace, messed my life up with the 27 years of alcohol, the verbal, emotional, psychological, and physical abuse, and all of the abuse that was in my house, and it's still affecting me to this day. If I had my mother and my father at the same house, I probably wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
So I said, I forgive you because just maybe God removed you out of the house.
Right.
Because I would have been a crackhead.
Yeah.
I would have been verbally and physically abusive to my mother the way you were.
Yeah.
There was other men that came in my house that ended up doing it to my mother ultimately. And so I was introduced to love, and I was raised to believe that this is what love is. Love is not kind.
Yeah.
Love is not gentle.
Yeah.
Love is verbally abusive. Love is physically abusive.
Yeah.
Love is all of these things that I was raised in. And so I would always find myself gravitating towards women that I would be fighting and arguing, being dysfunctional with.
Right.
And anybody else, that any other version of love that I was in the presence of, felt soft. It felt boring.
Yeah.
You ain't arguing?
Yeah.
Well, she must don't love you if you
Yeah.
ain't willing to fight and argue. And so I had to say to him, thank you for removing yourself from my life, because if the crack cocaine and the alcoholism and everything that you were doing, that would have all been an impression that you would have made on my life, that as a grown man, I would have still been deeply hurt by and affected by, because I would have been raised by another level of trauma.
Right.
So as an example, you know, people love to look at you, Bishop Jakes, and say, look at him in the mega church.
Yeah.
Look at him, what he's driving, what he's living in. Look at him with his wife, and look at him with his daughter, who's now out there on stage changing lives. And Sarah Jakes, who I'm so proud of, and I know you are.
Yeah.
And but they always look at the fruits and the outcome.
Yeah. Yeah.
And even if you make them aware of the strife and the struggles and the stuff that the family had to navigate through. When you mention, you know, I remember I was preaching and I only had 17 people in front of me.
Yeah.
They have no concept of really wrapping their heads around that, because the version of Jakes, Bishop Jakes, that they're looking at is on the grounds of 40 books and mega church and where you are now.
Yeah. And they trap you in how they met you.
That's
They don't recognize you wrote 42 books. They don't recognize that you sold $500 million worth of movies. They want to put you in a place where they can assault you with their implications of you. And
you are how I met you.
Yeah, you are how I met you, and you are who I met you.
Right.
And that's what I meant earlier when I was talking about, you know, you have to live with that guy who grew up in that volatile home. He's still in there.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And money didn't take him away.
No.
And movies didn't take him away. And books didn't take him away. He's still there, bottled up somewhere inside. And then this unresolved issue, which I can relate to. My father wasn't an alcoholic, but I can relate to an unresolved issue with your father. Is complicated. And let me ask you this: at what point, or did you have a moment that you recognized that you were an orphan? And how did that?
The idea of being an orphan was something that we seen on television, documentaries, specifically throughout Africa.
Right.
You know, like, oh, this is village of kids that are orphans because their mother and father died of HIV, AIDS, or, you know, a bunch of bad guys came in and killed a bunch of people, and now here's these foundations raising kids as orphans.
Right.
And so when they delivered my father's ashes to my house, and I was able to put my father's ashes next to my mother's ashes, I said, my mother and father haven't lived under the same roof since they divorced.
Wow.
And now they're here. My mother and my father never even made it to my house that I've been living in Atlanta for 9 years.
Wow.
So this is their first time living under the same roof with their son. And then I thought, well, at least they're here. And then I'm a bit of a junkie for the sense of humor of God. So I'm thinking to myself, my mother and father are finally under the same roof with their baby boy. Right? And my mother died on Valentine's Day after giving birth to an R&B singer. If you're not booked to do any concerts throughout the year, as a singer, you're likely going to get booked on Valentine's Day.
Right.
And so there's a sense of humor in that. And then I always have my mother and father's ashes. I don't always announce it to everybody, but every meeting and conversation that I have, I always have my mother and father's ashes in the room with me.